everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. I have just witnessed Millwall 0, West Brom 2 in the midst of Storm Kiara, or however you pronounce it. Horrible conditions. Pretty reasonable game under the circumstances. I saw one recently, Oxford versus Ipswich, that completely died. And West Brom, too much quality in the end, coming out on top of this one. Could have won by more, but in the end, just stretching into a 2-0 lead in the last 10 minutes after Krovinovic gave them the lead in the first half. And that is very good news for West Brom, because Leeds losing yesterday, all the other teams squeezing up tight. There's now a 4-point gap between West Brom and Leeds in second, and the chasing pack closing in now, so a little bit of breathing space for Bilic and his men after a pretty bad run. Millwall line up is a sort of 4-3-3. Białkowski in goal, Romeo, Hutchinson, Cooper, Wallace, Woods sat in front of the back four, Mollenby and Williams shuttling for him, Wallace off to the right, O'Brien off to the left with Matt Smith up top. West Brom is a 4-2-3-1. Johnston in goal, O'Shea, Ajayi, Bartley, Townsend, the back four, so still surviving, without their first choice fullbacks. Livermore and Sawyer sitting in midfield. Pereira off to the right, I know he hasn't been around. Krovinovic is number 10. Robinson down the left with Hal Robson-Kanu up front. We get an idea of the conditions after 2 minutes. Pereira and Krovinovic trying to take a corner, and the ball won't stay in the quadrant, just keeps blowing out. Huge mix-up though on 3. It's quite direct from West Brom. They play the conditions quite well. It's missed in the Millwall midfield, slid through. Pereira in behind, opens up the shot and hits the post. Big early warning there for Millwall on 3 minutes. On 11, given away, playing up from the back by Millwall. Townsend drives it, 20 yards out, flies just wide. It's a concerted effort from Millwall to try and play out from the back. I don't know whether this was the day for it, but Rowett does seem to be trying to change the style there, particularly with the arrival of Woods. A few short balls out, but catching themselves out in this opening period. 21, big tactical foul on Mollenby. Wallace, free kick low, pushed away by Johnston. Smith with a late one on 22 gets himself a yellow card. Fairly even first quarter. Chance here though, big overload down the right. Romeo onto it. Wallace overlaps. He doesn't get the ball fed through to him, but he gets a bit of a lucky bounce. Wallace into the box, right hand side on the angle, hits it first time over the top. Decent chance given his good season as well. Bartley, he misses one from about 1 yard, but the flag had gone up. And then similar thing down the other end, another offside there, and Millwall miss from a set play. We're coming up 31 now. Big chance here. Questionable foul in the West Brom left back area. It's slid through into Pereira. Brilliant from him. He receives it, puts a perfect through ball in for Robson-Kanu. He's into the box on the left hand side. It's not a good finish actually. He either needs to hit this one right in the corner or just smash it. He kind of does neither, and Białkowski down to make the save there. Good chance here. 38, Robinson and Krovinovic puts it right across the goal. Chances going a begging here for West Brom. Two players, it was Pereira and Robinson screaming for the cutback there, and this one goes all the way over. They're really pushing at the end of this first half now. Baggies overload, left hand side, Krovinovic slashes the volley over. Now here we come, we're going to lead up to the goal now, and it starts with Pereira with a long ranger. It's a good save by Białkowski out for the set play, ends up going for a throw in, and Millwall are quite well set here, and this is where the goal's coming from. It's thrown into Pereira, again quality. He was winding up some of the Millwall fans with a little bit of play acting, but he spins away, feeds it to Krovinovic. He's in a kind of inside left position. He's come in off the right hand side, tucked in a little bit, uses the man as the screen, gets it out of his feet, hits the shot. It's about 25 yards out, curling round past Białkowski. Really good shot, keeps it low, bounces just as it's passing the big keeper and into the net. Probably a fair reflection of that first half. I've reeled off a fair few West Brom chances, and it's Krovinovic that gives them the lead, and unsurprisingly Pereira with the assist. He was the key figure really throughout the whole game for West Brom. Robson Kanu into stoppage time, lucky deflection through, he's in behind again, and it's a last ditch tackle from Cooper. So we go in 1-0 to West Brom. Like I said, they created a fair amount of chances. It was that good chance for Wallace for Millwall, but they just played through so effortlessly. Millwall not managing to get a foothold in that first half, and I think in better conditions, well, you could argue in better conditions they wouldn't have been able to play through quite so many times, but in better conditions, I think perhaps Robson Kanu gets a goal in that first half, Pereira gets a goal maybe, and it could have been a bigger deficit at half time. No changes from either manager will come out for the second half, and I've got written down how did he miss, because on 47 Robinson down the left fires it across low. I'm sat up the other end, so if you've seen this on Sky you'll know more than me, but Białkowski comes, Robson Kanu slides in, and from pretty much on the goal line the ball scoops up and over, and it's a goal kick given. So possibly, I haven't seen a replay, that could be a miss of a season. There could be a situation where that's parried out off the keeper and onto Robson Kanu, but I need to see a replay of that one. Robinson gets a cheap yellow, throws the ball away on 50. They're turning the screw a little bit here. Robinson edge of the box here, works it left-footed. Little Nick flicks that one just wide off the deflection. Krovinovic, another similar position to his goal. Białkowski saves this one. Wallace puts a free kick into a wall. Bit of a handball shout there, nothing doing, and Rowett makes his move here with the subs. Mahoney in for O'Brien. Bodvarsson into Smith. He's going to match up with Bilic's 4-2-3-1. So you've now got Mollenby down the right, Wallace in the 10 position, Mahoney down the left off Bodvarsson up top. But West Brom come again. Pereira corner. Bartley heads that one over, pretty unchallenged, I think. Grzycki, one January signing in for another, on for Robinson. Woods fouls Pereira, everyone getting a little bit fed up with Pereira now in the stands, probably the 5th or 6th time he's gone down after a foul. Grzycki's away on 69, he's blocked, and then Pereira blocked too. Baggy's looking to kill this one off. With that being said, they take Pereira out and put Phillips in, straight swap down the right, bit less go but a bit more pace as they look to pick them off on the counter. Last move from Rout, he's going to go 4-4-2. Bradshaw comes in, he's going to play up top with Bodvarsson, so Wallace moves back out to the right hand side, Mollenby and Woods centrally, and Mahoney down the left. Phillips in off the right, he puts that one over on 77. Wallace onto Mahoney's throw straight into Johnston's arms there. Not much doing in terms of chances for Millwall during the second half at all. And finally the Baggies do kill this one off on 83. Phillips forces the corner in the first place. Over comes Grzycki to take it. More fun and games here with the ball rolling out of the quadrant due to the wind. He swings the corner, right-footed outswinger. O'Shea makes the run near post, flicks the header, and it looked to me like Białkowski made a bit of a mess in it. Wasn't expecting it. Fired straight into his hands. He's not behind the ball, and he ends up palming it, and it drops down over the line for 2-0, and West Brom have the winning margin now, 2 goals in front with only 10 minutes left. Wallace giveaway here. Phillips, Grzycki in on the left. Woods makes the block there. Wallace, nice free kick. Johnston saves that one to his left. We're into stoppage time now. Austin in for Robson Kanu. Bit of handbags in the penalty box as Robson Kanu went off. I think someone shoved him over the line. He was taking his time a little bit. Bodvarsson and O'Shea get booked in the melee. There is one more chance. Big break from Grzycki. Bit selfish here. He puts it over with lots of runners overlapping. And that was it. So West Brom get the win. 2-0. We should talk about the conditions first of all, because this is one of those games where you have to play it sensibly, let's just say, not make any mistakes. And they did that very well. And they still managed to play some of their normal football, trying to slice through. Pereira, excellent. Kravinovic, well, he got the goal, so he had that influence as well, and Robinson causing trouble there. I think Robson Kanu was a bit profligate in front of goal, but very solid. The back six, obviously, keeping the clean sheet, and without those fullbacks, I think it's a good performance. It looks like West Brom's form's going to be predicated on Pereira, and is he in the team, and is he playing well, because he really did pull the strings. But if they do go up, they come and they'll look back at coming to Millwall in the middle of a literal storm, keeping their heads, keeping a clean sheet, creating a load of chances really, and winning the game as a very good afternoon and a very good kind of show of character as well. Millwall, yeah, well beaten really. I think there's a bit of a sense that Rowett's trying to change it from how Harris had it, and trying to play out a little bit more football from the back. So yeah, they kind of look a bit in transition really in terms of the style. I'm sure the fans would like to see that, but they do like it to be up and at 'em and kind of confrontational style football. So particularly Woods is going to have to find a way of tailoring his own style to work for this club and for these fans. I think they're going to be still inside the top half, aren't they, Millwall? But a little bit of a slowdown, given the points per game was really good under Rout. So they're going to need to get back at it. But you don't really want to judge your season, one, against West Brom, and two, when you're playing in the middle of a storm. So I think mitigating factors there for Millwall today, and they can probably put this one to one side. It's one of those, if you win, you say, good, we played it well. And you take the positives. If you lose, you say, look, it was the middle of a storm, and you know, you don't really dwell on it, which is, I'm sure, what Millwall will do. That is all she wrote for this one. Let me know your comments. If you're a West Brom fan, is this now a nice start to another good period of form and consolidate that automatic spot, or is there concern that that recent run will rear its head again? If you're a Millwall fan, what do you think about the playing out from the back and trying to use Ryan Woods in that way? Does that fit the players here, and can Rowett make that transition with the backing of the fans, who are used to something a little bit different here? Let me know what you think in the comments, and can Millwall get back and be pushing back up for one of those playoff places? Follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. You can support monetarily, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. And obviously hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. I will be doing a full review of this weekend's game at some point today or tomorrow. And I will be at Brentford versus Leeds. We'll see if the Leeds United curse can rear its head again, despite the fact I've lost a load of games without me watching anyway. But I'm sure that will be the narrative if I'm going to that game. So check out that review on Tuesday night. Apologies, there's no match vlog today. It was just I pulled the phone out to start it, and the wind and the rain, I just thought, no, get my head down and do this one. So this would be the only video for today, which leads me to say thank you very much for watching, and the continued support, and thank you to all the Millwall fans that said hello to me in the ground today. It was Millwall 0, West Brom 2, over and out.